All right, now let's talk about the good, the great, and the bad. Was there anything truly great from this Cowboys weekend? We kind of discussed it a little bit. Maris Leofau,
I was going to say,
looked like, and we talked about it with Mickey. He looked like he understands the defense. He understands what he's supposed to do. But this guy just plays with a certain style of I'm going. And this dude might lead the entire team in tackles this year if he gets that opportunity to be out there all the time. But he looked really good. Hair on fire is the word we like to use because he has long hair.
Yeah, no, great hair. Yeah. And I'm a fan. I mean, I wish I had hair like that. But no, Maris looked good. Izzy McQuamu looks like he's going to be a serviceable backup. I mean, he looked like the one guy in the secondary that, God forbid, if September 4th comes, when September 4th comes, not if, I mean, it sounds like, we got a doomsday scenario coming up, but when September 4th comes around, though it may get doomsday if we look like we did Saturday, Izzy looks like the one guy in the secondary that, God forbid, if somebody got hurt, you give up $350 instead of $450?
He's a fascinating guy to me because he's been around for a while. And he's bounced back and forth between safety and cornerback. Now, his size, I would never put him in the slot, and they're like, put him in the slot. And it's just like he's
hell of an interception he made on Saturday too.
He's a unique player that just for whatever reason doesn't have a role on this team other than you're a serviceable backup emergency. But even still, think about how many times they've gone to find guys off the street before they go to him. And so that's always been frustrating. But yeah, I agree with you. He had a couple of good moments that he flashed there over the weekend. I thought Phil Maffa looked good.
I thought Phil Maffa from what we'd heard, he hadn't been getting a lot of touches in camp.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he's like 4th or 5th on the depth chart as far as getting touches. So considering what he's been up against, I thought he looked pretty decent.
And I don't know why I wasn't expecting Deuce to really do much out there. Like my brain was still, he's that hamstring.
Poor
he's not going to be out there at all.
One good run he made, and it was a holding penalty.
But Phil Maffa, when he runs between tackles, and this is what when I watched him in college, and then I found out he was dealing with a shoulder injury most of the year. For me, that made me feel even better because I was like, hold on, if he was dealing with that and he still was able to look as good to me as he did on film, then we might actually have something here. He has this style where it is downhill. Like you heard him say that many times throughout the broadcast was he is a downhill runner. If he's between tackles, I feel really good with him. When they're asking him to run outside of tackles, it's not my great feel for him.
Right.
But that's another thing too. Well, now that you know that guy's in the backfield, he's going to be one of those that they're planning to go between tackles. But he's one of those guys that I want to continue to watch, get more repetitions, more opportunities, because I think he's going to deserve it. And he's going to be a contributor at some point to this team. That was the good and the great. The bad.
Where do we start?
Us having to go through that. Like that was a very bad situation for us. Mazi's where you start. Mazi's the one for me where I start, and I just what I saw was a guy that did not look interested in playing football.
He doesn't, man. You'd already heard that all week, and he did nothing. And look, we love Mickey Spagnola, but yeah, I mean, you can find guys that are still out on the street or pick them up from somewhere that at least want to play football.
Yeah.
All right. I don't care about talent at this point when it comes to Mazi Smith because I'm not convinced he's talented. Because isn't the ability to want to play part of being talented? Okay, I mean, look, maybe we're getting into semantics and psychosis here.
If you're
or whatever.
good at something, you want to go out and do it over and over again because you know you're good at it and you feel like you're going to continue to get better at. I see what you're saying.
So, I mean, maybe it's just I'm getting too deep for my own right on a Saturday or on a Saturday. See, I think it's Saturday,
guys,
on a Monday morning.
It's Monday morning. Do not let Fred distract you from the fact that your week has started, unless your week already started.
I apologize. I started doing because somebody texted in about the injuries for the Rangers, and so of course I've gone down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let me just pull back from that for just a hot second.
By the way, when does the week start? Sunday or Monday?
I think it's Monday.
Interesting.
Right. But let's call it what it is. Sunday. You're getting into the rest of your
started
week.
for Monday. Yeah, you're getting back into the routine.
My hat's off to these kids and folks that can do Sunday fun days.
Dude, me too. You wake up and you're like, I'm going to go patio drink for a while with the dog on the patio, and I can't.
I mean, I guess you're going to sleep the whole afternoon?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing on Sunday Fun Day?
That's not me. That is not me.
No.
Dak Prescott.
Salary cap's why he didn't play on Saturday.
Okay, that's salary cap's why he didn't play, because obviously, and also,
well, the 27 guys didn't play because of salary cap.
And they don't have a backup quarterback.
Yeah. Well, no, they don't.
After what we saw.
No, they don't.
I love Joe Milton, the person, and I love Joe Milton, the athlete, and I'm hoping Joe Milton, the quarterback, comes around.
I texted this to Jake Rietma, because Jake Rietma, shout out to Jake. Jake has been saying since the Joe Milton trade that this guy is wildly overhyped. And Jake would know, because Jake covered him at Michigan.
Okay.
All right? So Jake's been covering Milton for a minute. And said back then, do not get your hopes up. And he screamed it, which, you take that with a grain of salt because Jake screams everything. So I was like, all right, he must mean this. Joe Milton might be the worst, most physically impressive human being I've ever seen. Okay? The worst physically impressive quarterback I've ever seen. Not person, let me take that back. Worst physically impressive quarterback I've ever seen.
Wow. That's a line right there.
Because I'm tired. I mean, there
have been plenty of dudes that can't play. But he is.
What did Babe Laufenberg say last week to us?
Yes.
That if you got dropped off into this planet and were looking at quarterbacks and said you saw Joe Milton, all 6'5", 230 pounds of him, he's doing backflips off the ground and what have you, and you're looking at him going, my God, this guy's got a howitzer for a right arm, which apparently he doesn't know how to turn off because every throw is. Tell you what, I tweeted this at CA on Saturday. Maybe he could be the closer. Okay, maybe let's
get him on that mound.
Does he of course,
we don't know where the ball's going.
Well, he has
that's the other thing.
You took the words right out of my mouth. He has no control, so that could be an issue right there. But maybe Mike Maddox gets a hold of him. But for a guy that and Isaiah Standback, who does a phenomenal job on the broadcast.
We love Isaiah on the show.
I don't remember if it was him or Bill Jones, but one of the two mentioned this during the broadcast on Saturday, and maybe it was another broadcast I heard. I don't know, but I think it was the Cowboys. He's only got 100 more pass attempts than Trey Lance.
Wow. Is he younger?
I do. Now that I'd have to look.
6 seasons,
but their numbers are similar. And Trey Lance looks light years ahead.
He's 25
of where Joe Milton is.
Jeez.
So
yeah, all right, yeah.
You're starting to wonder. Maybe you should have went ahead. Maybe you should have. And again, we can do Monday morning quarterback, which we're kind of doing right now. But you can do hindsight being 2020. But maybe you should have went and held on to Trey Lance.
Maybe so.
I mean, you only traded for him.
Yeah, but you were going to have to pay him.
Okay.
Who's cheaper
Great
right
point.
now? Who's cheaper right now?
Joe Milton by $1 million.
By $1 million.
That's it.
Hey, you know how the Cowboys work, though. That $1 million is important. All right.
I mean, because I knew that question was going to come out because I thought, all right, what is the difference?
$1 million.
Joe Milton is making $925,000 this year. Our boy Trey is making $2 million.
Yeah, that's the difference right there. But he's less. They're going to use that $1 million for Micah, obviously.
But one guy, your team doesn't fall off a cliff if he's quarterbacking.
Dak was standing next to Jerry Jones and Stan Kroenke.
Yeah, I heard that.
And he said, "We'll meet y'all in the NFC Championship." And this is what Dak's very good at.
Oh, yeah.
Dak is very good at small talk. All right. He can small talk you and make you
he's the Pat Mahomes of small talk.
Hey, sport, you're going to be great. Those kinds of things. And this is exactly like, and for some reason, people are like, oh my gosh, can you believe what Dak just said?
I mean, what's he gonna say?
We're all gonna joke around with stuff like that.
You know what that's
But he has to want it. He has to want it still.
You know what that's the football equivalent of?
What?
Trying to get big like you. Save some gains for the rest of us. Oh, I'll see you later.
You're the strongest dude in here. You want to give me a spot real quick?
That's what that is.
What's up, big dog?
That's what that, because if you notice, right after he said it, shook his hand, walked off.
Yeah, I gotta go get to work.
That's the equivalent of save some gains for the rest of us. Shout out to new guy Jake. That's exactly what that is.